They call them Midfield Maestros. Two players who defined an era with their intelligence, vision and mastery of the ball. Paul Scholes of Manchester United and Xavi Hernández of Barcelona. Both legends and both idols. Both were seen as the heartbeat of two of the most successful clubs of all time. But the question remains, who was better? Today we dive deep into their journeys, their styles, their moments and their impact on football history. Welcome to the KickBack Chronicles series, where members can express their views. To understand Scholes and Xavi, you have to understand the environments that they played in. Paul Scholes was a jewel of Manchester United's famed class of '92. Alongside Beckham, Giggs, Butt and Neville, he grew up under Sir Alex Ferguson. United in the 90s and 2000s were relentless. They played attacking football, they had pace, power and an unbreakable winning mentality. Scholes was in the center of it all, evolving from a second striker to one of the most complete midfielders the Premier League had ever seen. Xavi, on the other hand, was the embodiment of the Barcelona's philosophy. A La Masia graduate, he grew up in Johan Cruyff's shadow and matured into the ultimate conductor of tiki-taka football. Under Pep Guardiola, Barcelona became arguably the greatest club side in history, dominating Europe with possession, pressing, and rhythm. And at the heart of that rhythm was Xavi. So to sum it up, both men were the pulse of their teams, Scholes in the red and Xavi in the blaugrana. Scholes was the fire and steel mixed with silk. He started as a goal-scoring midfielder with late runs into the box, thunderous strikes from distance, and volleys that shoot the net. But as the years went on, he dropped deeper, dictating games with his passing. Short passes, long diagonals, switches of play, Scholes could pick out a teammate from anywhere. He wasn't the quickest, but he was always two steps ahead in thought. Xavi, on the other hand, was rhythm personified. He didn't look for the Hollywood bar. Instead, he made simple passes sing. Touch, pass, move. Touch, pass, move. Always available and always reliable. He could suffocate opponents by controlling the tempo of the game, circulating the ball until gaps appeared. Where Scholes could change a game with a single sweeping ball, Xavi could change it with patience, turning chaos into calm. They were both two different styles, but both were undeniable. The moments were explosive. His thunderbolt against Barcelona in the 2008 Champions League semi-final. His volleys against Aston Villa and Bradford that still play on highlight reels today. His goal against Panathinaikos in 2000 was a masterclass of timing. Scholes lived for the big games and his strikes always carried United to glory. For Xavi, the moments were about orchestration. The 2011 Champions League final against Manchester United at Wembley, where Barcelona put on one of the greatest displays in football history, Xavi was the one to pull the strings in that. He dictated every moment. His pass to Iniesta in the 2010 World Cup final gave Spain their first ever World Cup. He wasn't always the man scoring, but he was always the man setting the stage. Scholes gave you fireworks, while Xavi gave you something. Both men shaped the game far beyond their own careers. Scholes became the benchmark for English midfielders. He was revered by players across the world, from Zidane to Pirlo, who openly called him one of the greatest. He was proof that English football could produce a player of subtlety and genius, not just grit and power. His tackling was famously clumsy, but his mind was razor sharp. Xavi redefined midfield control. His ability to dictate tempo was so unique that Spain and Barcelona built entire systems around it. The tiki-taka philosophy thrived because Xavi existed. Alongside Iniesta and Busquets, he created the blueprint for midfield dominance that coaches still try to replicate till today. And there's La Masia. To this day, Barcelona coaches use Paul Scholes as an example when teaching young players about positioning, technique and vision. Imagine that in the academy that produced Xavi, Iniesta and Messi, they still show clips of Scholes. So that's the special aspect here. Scholes gave United 2 decades of brilliance. He gave them 11 Premier League titles, 2 Champions Leagues, over 700 appearances. He could score goals, create and dictate. He could even tackle, though poorly at times. He evolved as the game evolved, proving his class across generations. Xavi, meanwhile, was the engine of Barcelona's golden era. 8 La Liga titles, 4 Champions Leagues, and 2 European Championships, plus a World Cup with Spain. He turned ball retention into an art form, making opponents chase shadows. His consistency at the highest level was staggering. Neutral fans might argue it's impossible to compare. Different leagues, different styles, different teams also. Scholes was dynamic and he had adaptability. So who comes out on top? If you're looking at trophies, Xavi edges it. If you're looking at orchestration, Xavi edges it again. But football isn't just about numbers or systems. It's about influence, respect, and what peers say about you. And when some of the greatest ever, Zidane, Guardiola, even Xavi himself called Paul Scholes the best they faced, and that carries a lot of weight. The truth, both were extraordinary. Both changed football in their own way. But if you're forced to choose by the slimmest of margins, I think Paul Scholes edges it. Not because Xavi wasn't great, but because Scholes combined goals, creativity, and control in a way that made him truly unique. Two legends, two maestros. One debate that may never end, but for me, Scholes stands just a fraction taller.